We're going to begin now. So good evening, everyone, and welcome to our Gulfton Complete Communities meeting. My name is Tanya Sawyer, and I am the Planner for the Division of Community and Regional Planning with the Planning Department. I am the lead planner for the Gulfton Complete Communities Initiative. At this time, we're going to start introductions, and I would like to open the floor for any public officials that may be on the call tonight. If you're on the phone, can you please press *6 to mute your phone, please? We're having interference. We can't hear. Thank you. Thank you. Do we have any public officials on the phone tonight?
Hello?
Okay. Yes. Hello?
Hello, yeah, no, I was just going to, is this the introduction period?
Yes, it is, sir.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry, I have my little headset in.
Okay.
Good evening, everybody. This is Dwight Boykins. I'm representing Harris County District Attorney Kim Ogg tonight.
Thank you very much for joining us. I would also, is there anyone else representing any of our public officials for the city or county? Okay, so I would like to open the floor at this time. I wanna thank the planning department team for assisting me tonight with this meeting. And I would also like to give a shout out for our first timers that's joining us for the very first time. We've been meeting for a couple of months now, working on this project. So if you are joining us for the first time, thank you for joining us, and I look forward to working with you in the future and hope that you continue to attend our meetings. So I would like to open the floor briefly for you just to introduce yourselves, quickly just give us your name and the organization you're representing. Thank you.
Hi, this is Ann Whitlock. I'm with Connect Community.
Hi, Miss Ann.
Hey there.
This is not your first time joining us.
No.
I was trying to get those that's joining us for the first time, but I'm gonna go down the list. But thank you, Ann, for starting the introductions. We have Mr. Alan Reyes.
Hello, hello to everyone. My name is Alan Reyes. I am a GYC fellow. GYC is a youth empowerment project led by Connect Community.
Thank you for joining us, Alan. We have Miss Anna Acerino or Sornio. I'm so sorry.
That's okay, no worries. Hi, everybody. I'm Ana Laura Osornio from Baker Ripley Gulfton. I'm the community, the manager of community development there.
Thank you, Anna. We have Mr. Bill Mintz.
Hi, this is Bill Mintz. I'm with Free Wheels Houston. We provide transportation, specifically bicycles, to refugees and others who need transportation. Our volunteers repair the bikes.
Thank you for joining us this evening. I also have Ms. Nkem Anyasinti.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Nkem. I'm the program coordinator for Prairie View A&M University's Healthy Houston initiative. And our initiative is here to address health disparities and promote nutrition, health, and wellness among limited resource communities in the Houston area.
Thank you, Nkem. And we have Mr. Brian Reed.
Hi, this is Brian Reed. I'm with Houston Bike Share, who operates the Houston B-Cycle Network, and excited to be here. Thanks.
Thank you. David De La Cruz.
Hey there, good evening, everybody, and thanks so much for hosting this. My name is David de la Cruz. I'm actually joining here the call from the Asakura Robinson team. We're a planning and landscape architecture firm based out of Texas, but offices all over the US. Really excited to hear more about what's going on in Gulfton.
Thank you. Hugo, I'm sorry, Hugo Colin.
Yeah, hi everyone. My name is Hugo Colon, and like Davi, I'm also with Asakura Robinson in our Houston office, landscape architecture and planning firm. Just excited to hear more about the Gulfton complete communities.
Thank you for joining. Erica?
Hi everyone, I'm Erica and I'm also a GYC Summer Fellow, and as you know, GYC is a youth empowerment project led by Connect Community.
Thank you. Catherine Newton.
Hi, Catherine Newton with Trees for Houston, the project's director.
Thank you, Catherine. Margaret Goetz. Goetz.
Hi. That's a tricky last name. Sorry about that. I'm Peggy Goetz, and I'm with ProSalute, a community health worker program based in the Gulfton neighborhood, and with health education and help with access to clinical services.
Thank you. And pronounce your last name for me again.
Getz.
Yes.
It's like Getz or Stan Getz.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. We have Maria.
Hello, Miss Tania. I've been here in this meeting before, Maria Hernandez with Madres del Parque.
Yes. Hi, Maria. Thanks for joining.
Hello, Miss Tania.
And we have Mr. Richard Wynn.
Good evening, Ms. Sawyer. Good evening, everybody. I'm Richard Wynn with Solid Waste Management Department. Just listening in, and also if you have any question regarding your trash and your recycling, I'll be more than happy to contribute.
Thank you. And Ryan Villarreal.
Hi, everyone. Ryan Vyadiel. I lead Gulfton Youth Coalition, GYC. So happy to have two fellows on the call with us today for Connect Community. Happy to be here.
Thank you. And we have a caller on the line. Last four digits, 2835.
That's me. This is Dwight Boykin.
Oh, okay. Thank you, sir.
Sorry, brother.
No problem. Okay. Okay, thank you all for joining. So we're going to get started. So tonight's agenda, we are going to have a presentation on the Healthy Houston Initiative by Nikim Ayasinti with Paraview A&M University with the Healthy Houston Initiative. We're going to continue the conversation with Catherine with our Trees for Houston with our tree planting project. And we're going to open the floor for questions, any updates or announcements, next steps moving forward, and then we will conclude with the meeting. So tonight's meeting, we are going to continue our work with identifying projects from the action plan to execute and implement. From the action plan, we are working on two goals right now, one from health and the other from parks and amenities. So one of the goals was to create a green community, to create a partnership to plant additional trees and install beautiful landscaping and greenery across neighborhoods, including native species. The other goal was to promote healthy children and families and encourage healthy eating. by providing farmers market and community kitchens to support the urban garden program and provide cooking and nutrition classes, including healthy snacks. And lastly, to expand healthy food options and community gardens to work with area schools, churches, and apartments to build additional community gardens. So tonight we have, of course, Catherine Newton with Trees for Houston to continue the conversation on the progress for our tree planting project, and also Nakim with Prairie View A&M University to talk about their Healthy Houston initiative. So we are keeping with our goals here with working on projects that's been identified in the action plan and just bringing partners to the table where we can start implementation with a few of these projects. So our goal tonight will be to identify schools that are interested in any of the programs that's being offered tonight from the Healthy Houston Initiative, and also to recruit a volunteer to help me with working on this project, as well as moving forward with Trees for Houston and the tree planting project, where I will need a volunteer to help with that as well. It's very important that we get the community to continue to be engaged with us and working with this. And I really, really would like some folks to assist with helping us along the way with this process. And it also helps the community build a stronger base as it relates to doing projects, because when you're involved at this stage, then you can pretty much carry on and pick up any other project that you will want to work on for the benefit of your community. So for those of you that have access to your computers, I would really like for you just to drop your name and your email address for me to keep. So as we progress and we have other meetings, if you're new to this meeting and you were not initially included on the email, I can include you there as well. So again, thank you for joining us tonight. So we're going to start tonight's meeting with having Kim to come out and talk about the Healthy Houston Initiative.
Thank you so much, Tanya. Once again, I'm in Kim. I'm with Prairie View A&M University through the Healthy Houston Initiative, and I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about who we are and the programs that we do offer. I have a short presentation, so I'll go ahead and share my screen. Okay. Alrighty, so the Healthy Houston Initiative, we're an initiative that derived from the Cooperative Extension Program here at Prairie View. Our mission, again, is to address health disparities and food insecurities by improving the health, nutrition, and wellness in multiple communities in the greater Houston area. More specifically, we work very closely with the 10 complete communities in the mayor's call to action, but we do serve all communities within Harris County. Our programs include virtual or face-to-face activities, some of them being nutrition education, food demonstrations. We're big on community gardens, mental health first aid training, telehealth screening, and so much more. The initiative has a support with 4 main colleges on Prairie View's campus, those being the College of Business, College of Juvenile Justice, College of Nursing, and then College of Agriculture and Human Sciences. Okay. And some of our goals for the initiative, one is to expand awareness of nutrition and health services available to families, improve healthy self-care practices through screenings, assessments, and referrals, provide workshops and educational opportunities focused on parenting and family support, and improve access to healthy foods. And so the way that we go about achieving these goals is by hosting different programs, events, workshops, volunteering opportunities, and collaborations with different organizations within the 10 complete communities. So I wanted to talk a little bit more about our programming that we offer. We deliver programming for children, students, adults, seniors, everyone of all ages, just to help us improve healthy lifestyle choices. So I wanted to talk a little bit about our 4-H and youth development programs. These programs are all customizable. We deliver them in schools, churches, community centers, wherever you have an audience, then we can come and deliver programming. So I just listed a couple of our 4-H and youth development programs that are really popular in the schools and the community centers right now, that being Heroes for Healthy Houston. This program is engages youth in healthy lifestyle choices and eating habits, and this one encourages them to be peer ambassadors for their schools, or if they're at their community centers and churches, to help spread the importance of staying physically active and eating a balanced diet. And then we have Igniting Sparks, which is another big hit. It helps children realize their passions and their interests and turn them into entrepreneurship opportunities. And so we base this curriculum off the movie Soul. And I don't know if any of you have seen the Disney movie Soul that came out early last year, but that movie was centered around finding your spark. What are your, what serves your soul, or what you're interested in? And so that's what we kind of premise the curriculum over. And then we also have Operation College Access, preparing young students for life after grade school, getting them ready for college and get them thinking about college. And then we have Welcome to the Real World, which this is like a money management class. And the students really love this class because, you know, we give them money to start and they have to balance their budget for the month, which is, you know, maybe a couple $100s. And so they can really see what it is to be in the real world and pay bills and try to also have enough money to do the things that they enjoy. And then we have our Agriculture and Natural Resources Department. And so being a agricultural school, we're big on community gardens and big on showing the importance of knowing where your food comes from. So we have the CAST program, which is the Community Agriculture and School Sustainability Program. So this program partners with different schools where we either revitalize an existing garden or do a restoration of an existing garden, or we can build a new garden from scratch at that school. And so we teach the children the importance of agricultural literacy, where their food comes from, sustainability. And I know a lot of times we hear a farm to market concept when we're talking about eating fresh foods and fresh vegetables, but what we try to aspire to do is kind of a community garden to table concept, or a community garden to market concept for this program. So that one has gone really well in the school systems as well. And I just wanted to show a picture. This is us in May, where we built a garden at Highland Heights Elementary out in Acres Home. And so the students get really involved. They're excited. They're out there pulling the weeds and planting the plants with us too as well. So next, I kind of want to talk about our nutrition programs that we offer. So through our Family and Community Health Unit, we deliver nutrition education programs, healthy recipes, and we also do live cooking demonstrations. Some of the programs that I listed here are most popular that we do in our school systems as well, which is a taste of African and Latin heritage. We take foods from these diasporas and we teach how to make healthy recipes with it and make it engaging, and teach the tradition behind the different spices and the herbs and the ingredients that are prominently used in these two different heritage. And then we also have Chef, which is Choose Healthy Food, Fun, and Fitness. This program is primarily for elementary and middle school students, but this one teaches about or more so preventing childhood obesity and, you know, the importance of having a balanced diet. And then we have LEAD, which is Live Well, Eat Well, and Be Active with Diabetes program. This is for our adults and seniors. And then we have live cooking demonstrations. So I talked a little bit about the community garden, where we start a garden in your area, and then we plant the seeds and then we harvest. So what we do is we'll take the foods that come straight from the garden, we'll wash them up, we'll clean them up, and then we'll do a live food demonstration on our mobile kitchen unit. So this is our mobile kitchen unit that we recently just purchased, that will be out in the neighborhoods to help us when we're doing our live cooking demonstrations. And it'll also be at different farmers markets. So whenever we do harvest everything that we grow in our community gardens, then we have a place to take them to as well. So this is my contact information. Overall, with the Healthy Houston Initiative, all of our programs are completely free resources for the community. We are grant funded, so we have all of the support from our university. We have the needed personnel to deliver the programming. For us, we're just really plug and play. So if you would like us to come to your school and do programs, or your within your organization or your church or community center, then we can come out and do so. That is all I had, but I'll leave the floor open for any questions.
And Kim, can you put your email information, contact information in the chat for us as well, please?
Yes, I will.
Thank you very much. Do we have any schools on the call tonight? Anyone from Benavides or Jane Long on the call with us this evening? This is really a great opportunity that we would like to introduce into the local schools, area schools in Gulfton. So my plan is to move forward with this program. And Kim, so I would just reach out to the schools later. I invited them to tonight's meeting. So I would just do some more recruiting and contacting them and get this program started, because I think it's really great, and it would be a great opportunity for the local schools, especially the kids coming back to school this fall. So thank you.
Yes.
So
information in the chat.
Thank you.
I think Maria, I don't know if you have a question. Your hand was raised.
Oh yes, I'm sorry, Maria.
Yes, I just have a question. Is this only for schools? Because we at Burnett Bailon Park, we have a community garden over there as well. Yeah, my question is if it's for only students or also for moms and dads?
Yes, most definitely. We can, it's not just for students, so we can do moms, dads, we do seniors. We're starting our senior program at the Multi-Service Center in Acres Home, so we can do community garden work there too as well, and our nutrition education programs for all ages.
Awesome, thank you.
Yes.
I'm for sure gonna get your contact.
Awesome, thank you.
And Maria, if you want to work with me on that, that would be great. I need a volunteer. So that would be awesome.
Okay, I'll contact you, Ms. Sawyer.
Thank you. So, and you can put your information in the chat for me as well, so I can have it and just be able to contact you directly. So I was not trying to leave out anyone. Of course, we will open it to anyone that's interested. We were just trying to figure out somewhere where to start, and we were like, okay, let me try to get to the schools, but eventually making my way through to everyone. So thank you very much. So next we are.
I think, I'm so sorry, Tanya. I saw Ryan. I didn't want to miss anybody if there's questions with their hand raised.
We have, let's see.
Hi, yes, it's Ryan. I have my hand raised. I appreciate the opportunity. Great presentation. As I said earlier, we work with the Gulfton Youth Coalition. I lead that, and we have partnerships with schools like KIP and Jane Long and Yes Prep. So I definitely will be in contact with you. I think this is a great opportunity to involve our young people and giving back to their community, and also learn more about your university.
Awesome. I look forward to it. Yes, we would love to definitely collaborate.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thanks. All
right. Do we have? Okay. Okay, so there are no more questions. We're gonna move on. So can I get the next slide up, Benny? Thank you. Okay, so at the last meeting, we identified several locations for the proposed tree planting project, and it was decided by the residents to extend the survey for more input, and we needed to select some other locations based on what Catherine saw. It would not be feasible to actually do any tree plantings in those locations. So we redid the survey, and we got some feedback from everyone. So I just want to talk briefly about what the results were from the survey. So the top 3 areas that were selected was Bel Air Boulevard, between Bissonnette Street and Hillcroft Street. Next slide, Benny. Oh, I'm sorry. Gulfton between Hillcroft and Chimney Rock, and Westwood Street between Southwest Freeway and Hillcroft. So this is just a quick picture that I did an area view of, but Catherine had a better snapshot to actually show you the neighborhood. So the yellow dots indicate the streets between what the tree planting was to take place on Gulfton. The next one was Westwood Street between the Southwest Freeway here. And the first one was Bel Air between Bissonnette Street and Hillcroft Street. And the type of trees that were voted on for planting was the red maple, the live oak, and the white oak. So these are the trees here. And it was, they're listed based on ranking. So red maple was the most voted on, the live oak, and then the white oak. So now with that, I'm going to open the floor for Catherine with Trees for Houston to talk with us.
Yes, thank you, Tanya. And I'll go ahead and try to share my screen right now.
Okay, thank you.
So that I can. Okay. So I think from the discussion or the votes being for Bel Air between Bissonnette and Hillcroft, I went ahead and if the planting space had at least a minimum of 4 feet of width of planting space, that was the minimum requirement we needed to basically select viable choices for planting areas. So, so if it's 4 feet minimum wide or larger, that's great. So then the placement of the green dots that you can see in this map really just kind of from an aerial image and even from a street view, I kind of went in and did some measuring, making sure that trees were at a minimum 30 feet apart from each other. And so as far as for seeing the top 3 species selected, that's great. And, great native trees that will do well here. We may add, 2 more trees to make 5, make it a variety. And then we may have to, consider understory trees to make sure that once we're in the field and really select a site, that making sure if any power lines are present, that we're making sure that we choose power line friendly trees. So, so I think that was, mostly it to kind of just show, I guess this is from Ferris Street down to Chimney Rock. And then from Chimney Rock to, Alder Street, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have Alder to Renwick. So there are also esplanades included as well, as you can see in the middle. And so most of these trees are right-of-way street tree proposals, including esplanades if there was enough space. And it looked like at some point in the esplanades there were trees there, but may have died over time. And so it would be a great spot to fill in and continue out those esplanades. And then from Renwick to, what is this, Rampart? This one's a big one as well. We have a bunch of green dots everywhere. It looks like I got a little green dot happy, but I couldn't make the dot any smaller. So, so it looks like a lot, but once you're in the field and you kind of see it in perspective, it'll really come together. And so I think that's mostly it. So, I guess from here, it's trying to figure out, I think on the top of my head, I can't remember how many trees I said were proposed for this area, but it would definitely need to be a phased project to the scale.
Right. So we were going to start with one and then complete and then work our way down to the other 2. That was the last conversation we had with how to to do it. So I guess, well, before I ask my questions, do we have any questions for Catherine?
Yes, Tanya, there is one question in the comments from Anne. Catherine, how big are the trees that are being planted?
Yeah, so they will be 15-gallon size trees. So those would be anywhere from 6 to 8 feet tall, which really just depends on the species, really will depend on the height, but more or less it would be in that range.
Okay. So Catherine, what do we need to do next? Since the area has been identified, you can maneuver your way from there with the areas to begin planting. But on our end, what do we need to do to start the ball rolling, or if anything?
Yeah, so I think really from here, it would be just, I guess what I could do is consider, I think I had 5 slides total. So that would be 5 different phases of projects. And so I guess what I'll do now is basically create a budget like proposal of kind of what we're looking at. And so we can see on finding any sort of corporate sponsorship that could help underwrite those costs and help us get these trees in the ground, which would cover, those costs would cover the cost of the tree, the maintenance for 2 years, the watering, all necessary supplies. And then, I guess really if we start with number 1, then we work our way down. It would then be, I think with just needing to get that info over first and then seeing what funders we can find for it.
Okay. Okay, so there's no need to do an application or?
Not at this point, especially if we're going to start from slide 1 at Bel Air from Ferris to Chimney Rock. There aren't any esplanades in there, so we're good. But it also wouldn't hurt to, I guess we have 1, 2. On the last 3 sites is when we'll need to start doing applications for adopt an esplanade process. So for the first 2 projects, we are esplanade free. So it's public right of way. So we should be good as long as we're making sure we pick species that are approved on the species list.
Okay. Okay, great. Okay, thank you. Okay, do we have any more questions for Catherine or Kim? Okay.
Hey, this is Anne. Can I just ask a quick question? So if they're 6 to 8 feet tall when you install them, what's roughly years to maturity?
I mean, so these trees, I mean, they will take time to grow, but I mean, they're going to be, significant sizes as far as their growth rate, as long as they keep getting that water, which we will invest in, and make sure of that. So, I think that, you're talking, are you meaning like to see trees like
till they offer shade?
Yeah, it would definitely probably be, especially depending on species. If we pick fast-growing species, we could see more of a immediate return. But if we do pick something like live oaks or white oaks, it may take a little bit longer. So it just really depends.
How do those 3? I mean, I don't know anything about trees, but those 3 trees, how do they work with sidewalks and their root structures?
They work great. They work great as long as you have enough planting space. So the problem that we don't want to do, that I ruled out other areas, is if it didn't have at least 4 feet of a width of planting space, we really have no business putting trees in there because it would just tear up the foundation and sidewalks. So if we have enough planting space, we should be just fine.
Okay. Thank
So,
you.
Catherine, this is Bill Mintz. I also don't know a lot about this. You said something about watering for 2 years.
Correct.
What happens then?
Yeah, so after that, the first 2 years of the trees, I guess, establishment period really is the most crucial, especially for our area. So that is why we implement that into all of our programming of trees that we plant. So that means that we will install a tree watering donut on the root ball of the tree that naturally recharges through rainfall. And then it'll have stakes. So once it hits that 2-year mark, depending on how the tree looks, if it looks like it's nice and rooted, we'll remove the stakes, remulch it, and then we will also remove the tree watering donut. And then after that, it's really with the trees that we'll be getting, especially if they're not really around power lines, there should be very minimal maintenance that needs to happen with those trees. But at the same time, that's going to be the other piece to it with collaborating and partnering with the community to really help take ownership, because we're a small team. We're not your normal, we're not a landscaping company, but we get trees in the ground and we make sure that at least, we want to make sure that there's a long-term maintenance plan. So that is other parts of the factor that we would have to discuss and make sure that we feel good about.
Thank you.
Hi, this is Hugo Colon with Sakura Robinson. Thing to think about also is underground utilities. I'm not sure the conditions of the area you're thinking of planting, but if there's any water lines or gas or anything similar to that
Yes.
there's no impact to those.
Correct. And actually, 811 would have to be called as always, but especially with these kinds of areas, especially doing street tree projects, you have no idea what's under there. And sometimes your plans get altered because you're too close to utilities or whatnot. So although what y'all saw is the original plan, depending on where any utility lines are, that may shift and adjust a bit, which may sometimes show why no trees were planted in that area to begin with. So, we really won't know until we get closer to the project. So.
Okay, we have any more questions for Catherine or in Kim?
There's a question from Anne.
Yes. Maria, you're on mute.
Oh, I just noticed that there is a question from Anne Whitlock. Does anyone know whether we have a management district set up for Gulfton next year or two?
Yes. The council member had been working on it, and I think that they have established a management district. I'm not sure whether they are in the process or if a committee has been established yet, but they are making progress with that, and if that answers your question. So within the next year, we should be we should have a management district for Gulfton. I see Alice has her hand up. You're on mute. Alice, we can't hear you. You're on mute.
All right. Are there any more questions for me on trees?
This is Maria again. I'm just curious. Is this the day of the planting of the trees? Are they gonna be kind of like an event, or it's gonna be on one specific day, one specific weekend? How is it that it's gonna do the planting? It's the community invited to this event of the planting?
That would be the plan. And as far as for it being a one-day event, generally speaking, that's how we will do our events. It's normally just one day of coming out and doing a tree planting. But those details are still to be sorted out as soon as we kind of get everything in line. And then we would make sure that for whoever we partner with to sponsor the site, that we collectively send out any sort of advertisements on the event, when it will be, and all of that, which would also be on our website too.
Good, thank you.
So Maria, are you asking to recruit some community folks to help?
Well, if the watering of the trees is it's gonna be only for 2 years, and like Mr. Bill was asking, what's gonna happen then? If you're thinking of kind of like the community take ownership of these trees, it would be a good idea to invite the community in advance to let them know about what is going on in Gulfton when they're planting the trees.
Yeah, and I think just to touch really quick on the watering, the first 2 years are going to be the most crucial, but after that, in 2 years, the tree should be established and rooted and should be, completely fine being able to rely on natural rainfall that we'll get to keep them nice and established.
Thank you. So Ms. Lee said that she's having difficulties with her headphones, but to answer the question to Ann about the management district, the Gulfton District Board is established, but the district is still in need of commercial property owners to sign petitions before we can access and collect revenues to provide programs and services for the district.
Got it. Thank you.
Okay. So if we're done with Q&A, I want to open the floor for any updates or announcements from our community stakeholders. Ms. Alice also said, if you know commercial property owners who are interested, please feel free to contact her at hawesill.com. She said we need about 12 more petitions. Thank you. Says she has to jump off a call. Okay. That's Catherine. Okay. Thank you, Catherine.
Thank you so much. Thanks, everybody.
So I just have a quick update. We had been working on one of the project action plans under safety to develop the public service safety campaign for 211, 311, and 911 to produce in multiple languages and provide outreach materials for the public to use that provide information on ways for people to contact the police. We wanted to just let you all know that we have gotten approval from 211, 311, and 911 for the printed material. And we will be working with HTV to help us produce a PSA that we will be able to display in the city facilities in other areas. And we will right now promote and distribute the brochures through social media outlets, Nextdoor and Facebook and Twitter and our websites, of course. So as soon as we are complete with that, I will continue to give you guys an update on that as we are making progress with that as well. I also want to let everyone know that every month we publish our complete communities newsletter, and we highlight all 10 of our communities. So if you guys have any information or events that you will be hosting and would like to get the word out, we are happy to publish that information for you in the newsletter. Our newsletters are normally published by the middle of the month, and all of our content is due in the first of the month. So if you have an event that you're planning that will take place between the 15th and the 20th, we ask that you provide us that information a month in advance so we can post it then, because by that time it's too late for us to post. The event would have already happened. So things that we like that you can put in the newsletter, like I said, any upcoming events, if you're doing any food or water distributions, etc., upcoming meetings or programs that you guys are doing, and any community highlights on a particular person or organization that's doing great work in the community. Also, if your event has already taken place by the time we are ready to publish the content, of course, you can send us photos of the event, the name of the event, the date, the purpose, and your sponsors if you had any, and then we would post it in the newsletter as a past event. And if you guys have any questions about it or need more information, just contact me. I'm putting my email address in the chat. If you need more information about it. So we really like to highlight all 10 of our communities, and it's really great when we can showcase things that are going on in the community, that the community is continuously active and doing things and is building momentum and continuing to be a strong support for each other. So if you have any information that you want to share with us and for us to put in a newsletter, please let us know.
Tanya, there is one question pertaining to Alice, in which she has her hand up, but the question in the chat is it possible for Alice, is it possible to share a list of commercial property owners that you already have on board? And Alice, I see your hand raised. Tanya, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
She responded in the chat. She's having difficulties with her headphones. She said, I will check with our administrator to see if that information can be shared publicly. Okay, so what's next for us, we will, of course, continue to work with Catherine for the Trees for Houston project and in Kim with the Healthy Houston Initiative. Again, if you are interested in helping us with those projects, please let me know by putting your information in the chat and just saying, hey, I want to help, or I want to work with you guys on it. That would be great for us to do that. And also, we can continue moving forward with our other projects as we identify things through the action plan. For the rest of the group, what we're going to do is we're going to schedule our meetings on the as-needed basis as it relates to Trees for Houston. So I will provide updates as I get them through email to keep you guys updated on the progress. And if there's a time where Catherine from Trees for Houston needs to meet with us, then I will coordinate a meeting with Catherine and you all by sending out a meeting meeting notification. So right now, we're just going to continue to move forward, and she's going to do what she has to do on her end to keep the ball rolling. And once we are able to start organizing the tree planting and getting the volunteers, then we will have that meeting. And Maria, we can work on that, making sure we have people from the community to come out to help with the tree planting project. So with that, I would like to thank Kim with Prairie View A&M and Catherine for presenting tonight. If there are no more questions or comments, then our meeting for this evening is adjourned. Thank you guys so much.
In the chat from Alice.
Okay.
About the Southwest District is also actively working with A-Leaf Westwood on some of the designs that PGAL provided. We are sponsoring a back to school event on August 7th at Best Elementary.
Okay. On August 7th. Okay. Thank you, Ms. Lee. Do we have any more questions? Okay, well, thank you all for coming out tonight. I look forward to continuing the great work that we're doing in Gulfton, and I look forward to seeing you again soon and working with you all at some capacity. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you, Tanya.
Thank you, Tanya.
Keep doing a fantastic job, Madam President.
Oh,
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Thank you, Boykins.
Thank
Thank you, guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tanya. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Maria. Bye-bye. I'll be calling you.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.